Okay, hey Facebook, hey YouTube, Afterlife TV, and Nay Love on Facebook. I'm out here just checking on damage control. I had planted cement back here because I want to get more spread it around in my backyard. Um, that's probably all the. Hey Shay Robinson, yes you could tag my video. Um, hey Dexter, hey James, hey Mama Six, hey Nurse Vaughn. So yeah, y'all know we here in the Midwest have been hit with a series of storms, and so I'm just doing a little damage control, checking on the stuff that I did plant. Here's a container that I planted spinach in, but it looked like I got a whole bunch of weeds instead. Hey Century, and that's not really what I wanted. I'm going to do another video and come out here with my grandbaby, and I'm going to replant the spinach in this container. I also want to get some flowers going. The flowers I want to grow is lavender because of all the medicinal properties, and someone even told me it's a pest control for moths. So that even got me more excited, and I got to get started. I'm going to start it. This was, well, I don't know if you could see it. Mama Six, you see I created a raised garden bed. I'm not going to be digging in the ground. The mint is bad enough. Although I don't mind the mint growing all around because they kind of grow like weeds, and it is a form of pest control because the mice don't like it. The bunny rabbits, however, is having a good old time on my cabbage. I see my mint patch. That's loaded with apple mint and spearmint. So I'm proud of that. I'm going to pull up one of these onions that my grandbaby planted here. Keep on telling me to rotate. Right here. And that's gonna go.
Hey, now I forgot which which platform is on which. Okay,
I don't know why.
YouTube, Afterlife TV, and Nay Love on Facebook.
Anyway, somehow it's connected Facebook. I'm gonna start up again. I'm sorry, Facebook, I disconnected y'all. Yes, I put down a lot of, that's why I put down a lot of mint to control the pests. And I plucked in one of my onions to go in my cabbage. Let's talk about that cabbage. Here go my cabbage that was outside. And unfortunately, I forgot all about my bunny rabbit population. Ooh wee, y'all, it's hot today. Yeah, look at this, beautiful. Yeah, loving my hair. It's beautiful, and now it's about to get ate up. It's gonna go in some cabbage, but look at this cabbage plant that I started growing. Today, I'm going to show you, by request, Donna Woods. Thanks to you. Shout out to Donna Woods. Y'all can thank Donna Woods for being the reason why I came back to social media, because I was fed up. Wasn't feeling appreciated. about the hard work I put into things. So yeah, I got me an onion, red onion, that's gonna go into the cabbage. Okay. Now, I showed y'all that container of the cabbage. I got brand new cabbage that I'm gonna start all over with. And I'm gonna add fresh vegetables that I grew to enhance the flavors. Hold on a second. Somebody told me to keep a towel, and they are right. So I'm keeping a towel. Now I'm back in front of the air. Okay. And move some things out the way so y'all can get a view of what I'm doing. Okay, can y'all see the cabbage? Okay. Now I'm gonna get a knife and chop things up. And I'm gonna show you how you can get the view of the table there. Try to tilt it so both cameras can get it. Oh, okay, I gotta move back. That's what it is. Okay, that's the secret. All right, these are 3 cabbages in various stages of growth. I got this one about 2 weeks ago, but it's not dead. Now, normally a person would throw this out because it's shriveled up. It's not plump like this one, and think that that's the end of its life, but that's not the case. I'm going to demonstrate with this one how you can take this stump and grow that same plant you just saw me showing off outside. Now, I got to put my cabbage up away from Mr. Bunny Rabbit, because Mr. Bunny Rabbit took the liberty of chopping out big, huge holes out of the cabbage. And I didn't appreciate that at all. And I don't have a fence, so Miss Bunny Rabbit has become a problem now as far as the cabbage goes. So my strategy is going to be to put it up higher where Bunny Rabbit can't climb. Hopefully. Hopefully he cannot get up there and climb up to where I plan to put my cabbage that's outdoors right now. Okay, so now I'm trying to use the tripod so I can get a better view of what I'm cooking here. Okay. Now, okay. All right. So I'm going to do the same thing to all 3 of these cabbage. I'm going to chop it up. Let me move my man out the way. Um, I'm going to do the same thing with this one. I'm just going to make one clean cut straight across. Okay, helper, I need your help. And I'm going to peel back the outer layers, because this will just end up decaying when you sit it in water. But I'm going to show you how you can get a whole new cabbage started from just these stumps. Okay, I got one more. This one a little bit bigger, so I'm gonna cut it sideways. Helper! Okay, I want you to hand me this size container, 3 of them. Okay, so now these pieces, these are gonna go in the pan to be cooked. And I'm gonna show you my little recipe of how I do things. Thank you. I want you to put water in all of them. A shallow amount of water.
Oh, shallow soup.
Yeah, shallow amount. Okay. So I haven't lost anybody. Hey, Ronald. Hey, Spider. Hey, Aaron. I hope y'all, I didn't put a title up. I lost the last lab connection where I did have the title in there. But I am going to be talking about cooking cabbage. And I show how I cut the stump. Now I'm going to remove the outer leaves, because that ends up just decaying. I found that out the hard way. And it don't smell too nice when that happens. So I'm going to remove the little remaining leaves on it. And you can actually see some roots still left when I take the leaves off. Now, this is all you have to do to get a new one started. Once you see roots, just like I showed y'all with the onions, with the cabbage, with the garlic, this is the garlic, and the onion, you can do cabbage. Same exact way. So, I'm going to set up three of them from the cabbage that I'm getting ready to cook now. I'm going to remove the outer leaves on this stump part that I just cut. Yeah, you can do it. Okay. And I got one more stump to go that I want to get off my cabbage that I cut.
How do you do that?
This is the last one. And so I'm just going to make a straight cut across like this. And remove the outer leaves. That's close to the stump.
How do you?
Okay?
Like this?
Yeah. Alright, and then all I'm going to do is sit in the water like that. And this is the third one. And that's all I'm going to do. And I'm going to let them sit in my windowsill. So my helper, I'm going to have him sit him over there in the windowsill. I got a nice, bright, sunny window in my kitchen. And the rest rest of these cabbage I'm getting ready to cut up and cook to eat. And while it's cooking, that's when I'm going to share my good news. My good news. Okay. Helper, bring me that container over there.
That container?
Okay. Now we're going to take these leaves we don't want to eat. That kind of got beat up by the weather.
Nice.
And we're going to add that to the compost pile.
This is nice.
Yeah, my helper's going to assist me with that. Woo! Okay.
I'm comfy.
So lives, unfortunately, we can't get rid of the bloopers. So that was our little blooper. Now I'm going to finish cutting up the cabbage. I like my cabbage pieces big. You can do it at your choice. That is your personal preference. But I wanted to show you guys how you could create a whole new plant. And I will chronicle that. I will let you know the progress that has been made on the plant. But you did see the end result at the beginning of this video. Okay. So, I like my cabbage in big pieces. Some people prefer it smaller. Not I. Ooh, it sure is hot. Trying to wait for the air to cool off. Here goes some more pieces to put in there. Here.
These pieces look good.
Now the rest of these we are going to eat. Okay. Now my helper is going to, is the scissors over there? Hand me the scissors. I think it's in the sink because I was washing it. You see?
I know what some scissors are.
Okay. No, the kitchen ones. The ones that got teeth on it. Okay, so here are my fresh vegetables that I grew from my garden. A garlic, a red onion, and a green onion. And they call this part the scallions. I grew that. I'm proud of that.
What are they called? The scallions?
I'm going to chop off the yellowing, the dry ends. And all of the scallion part, that's going to go in the cabbage too. So I got bell pepper, I got chopped up here, and I got green onion and red onion chopped up to go into my cabbage. Okay, and guess what we're gonna do with these? We're gonna continue growing. we are going to continue growing this because it will grow me some more.
You gonna put them in some water?
Yep, and that's what we're gonna do. That's all we gotta do. You getting it? Water is the life. It's the food of life.
Good shot.
It's the food for everybody. Water is life. And it's no exception to plants. Plants need water too to live.
Wait, don't.
Okay. Now, I'm just going to join these in a jar right now to keep growing. Okay, helper, I need you to give me some water. And I actually added too much. Pour a little out. You just only need to cover the roots. And guess what? In a week or so, it looked like this, y'all.
That is spider plant.
It will grow you more. Just in a glass of water.
That is spider plant.
Okay, now, I'm getting ready to swing everything around over to the stove now.
The cooking part.
So this is the cooking part. This is the cooking part. Now, the first step is you put a little oil in a skillet or pot or Dutch oven. I just have a skillet. I realized I had loaned my Dutch oven out, and I no longer have a Dutch oven because that person never bothered to return it to me. So, you know how that goes. I am now without a Dutch oven to demonstrate. And I also am not Martha Stewart. I don't have the perfect kitchen. We balling on a budget. And I got humble meaning. The humble world over here. Okay. Now I'm trying to get this set so you can see it. See me up the stove. Need to use the table. Okay. There we go. All right. Oops, now I hope it don't fall. I'll move it back just a little bit more. There we go. Okay. So now, on my stove, I have a skillet that's already got cooking oil in it. Okay? And we're going to add the cabbage that I just cut up. We're going to add that to the skillet. And let me get the fire going. Okay. I'm so clumsy. I'm going to move this over a little bit because I don't want to knock it over. Okay. Now, continuing to add the cabbage. And it's okay If it's too full for the pot, because it's going to cook down. And cabbage produces its own juice. So you only have to add a little water. And I will say about, for the amount that I'm cooking, about a half cup of water. A cup. I say a cup. But what you're not doing is you're not filling the whole pot up with water. You just adding a little water for the beginning part of the cook process. And Donna Woods, I think the mistake that you was making while I got this cooking, I think the mistake that you was making, Donna, is that you keep it on high. That's not what you want to do. You want to have it on high, and that's even if you use a crock pot, because you mentioned you use a crock pot. Even if you use a crock pot, you're going to start that crock pot on high and then turn it down to low. This is not what you want to cook fast. And now I'm going to add my other veggies to that. And I'm using a little Himalaya pink salt. And I'm also going to add black pepper. Love, love, love. Lots of pepper in my cabbage. And as it's cooking, you can listen for it sizzling. And what you want to do is you just want to bring that little bit of water that you added to a boil. So that's the only time you keep it on the high heat. Okay? So I don't know if you can hear it sizzling. You can hear it sizzling right now. Okay, clear the rest of this away. So as it's sizzling, I'm gonna wait for a little while. It's gonna take about a good 5 minutes or so. You bring it to a boil. You're not boiling it though. That's why you only use a little bit of water. If you see that it's sticking or something, you can add more. But you really only need to use a little water. I needed to add a little more because I got this skillet kind of stuffed. But eventually it will cook down. Okay? As it cooks down, that's when you're going to keep on checking on it and turning it over, because all you want to do is smother it. That's why I call it smothered, because it's really going to be the steam that cooks the vegetable rather than as opposed to boiling it. You're not boiling it because the cabbage is going to produce its own juice. And as it cooks down, I have a little bacon that's already cooked. I will add that as it cooks down. But right now I'm separating the pieces so it can cook through. And so you just want the heat, you want it on the high heat just to get things going. Get it cooking, simmering. And then as you go. So the way you can check to see if it's boiling, to see if the little water that you did add is boiling. See? I don't know if you can see it bubbling. Can y'all see it bubbling? Okay, so now that's the right temperature that the cabbage needs to be at. When you see it bubbling, it's time to cover it up and reduce the heat. Okay? All right, we're going to swing things back around while that's simmering. While they're simmering, I'm going to talk about my good news. Okay, you guys. I have some good news. I have some good news, y'all. I officially have paid for my solar exam. This is the major exam, and it's from the North American Board of Certified Energy Professionals. Finally, the Department of Vocational, hey Matt Milan, finally the Department of Vocational Rehabilitation cut the check. And so therefore I paid for the exam, and I have up to 6 months to take it, but I'm very anxious to take it as soon as possible. I'm going to give myself some study time. Therefore, I probably won't take it before Father's Day. Give myself a little time to study, and plus I want to hang out with the Springfield Urban League and help them to see if anybody else ready to go for the actual official exam for solar practitioners or energy practitioners. I'm going for the NAVSAT associate level, which will qualify me to do things like site assessments. I could come to your home and tell you how much energy you're using, determine what kind of solar panel installation you would need, whether it be a ground installation or a roof installation, etc., etc. And give you an assessment on at your home. That's what this test will qualify me for as far as the jobs in the solar industry go. You can move up higher than that and go forward into technical sales or technical design of solar systems. I'm not really interested in the design aspect. I do want to get out and meet people and educate people, so it will be more along those lines. I didn't grow those cabbages. I wish I had, but I just got them going. I just got them started. You seen the one, well, I don't know, you have to do the replay, Elisa. On the replay, I'll show you the one I actually grew from the stumps. Let me get the stump back out and show you, since you asked. If you look at the beginning of this video, you'll see that I have a cabbage growing in a red container. And if you're sick of America, This is one of those professions that you can take abroad and they will welcome you with wide open arms. And women, if certain people going around claiming women empowerment, I'm about people empowerment, non-gender specific, but if I had to lean toward a gender, I would be encouraging the females to go into this field, because me in the classes, all the classes I went to, every function I went to, I was the only black and the only female. I see a problem with that. We talk about how we never given the opportunity, or we don't have, I hear people say the white man keeping us from. I hate hearing that, okay? Because really he ain't. It's an old saying, it's negative, stereotypical, and they say, if you want to hide something from the black man, put it in the book. That is not a good stereotype to have. Solar energy has readily been available. We're behind the other countries by 12 years. Solar technology began in America. It's an American invention, but we totally let that technology go abroad, and China capitalized on it. They built the factories, they mined the silicon, but the silicon that's used in solar panels is everywhere. It could easily be here in America if only we change our thinking. Change our thinking from gas guzzling cars, burning fossil fuel, and develop the technology of solar for electric powered housing, electric powered homes, electric powered cars. The only reason why it ain't already so is because dinosaur businesses like the oil tycoons, they don't want to give up that power or that money. Okay? But we will be foolish not to be pushing energy with all our efforts, supporting your legislators and representatives to push the solar narrative, push the laws forward, because we're only doing a disservice to ourselves when we don't. And the disservice is we're going to be over in fighting Iran, Iraq over that doggone oil unnecessarily, because we snoozing and moving too slow on developing solar. Well, me, I'm not snoozing. I'm trying to get in the game, and I'm trying to get in on the ground floor while it's new. And I plan to be the Harriet Tubman to usher my people into the solar industry. Okay? That's my ultimate goal. I want to do exactly what the teacher that I had is doing, is be training more solar engineers, solar professionals. And I just achieved a big milestone in my life. This is my receipt. My test is paid for via Department of Rehabilitation Services. So if you got people out there that calling themselves the brains and they not steering you to programs that will empower you, they are whole fake and hypocritical. Department of Rehabilitation is who helped me pay for my solar exam. And I'm thankful. The check came in the mail yesterday, day before yesterday, and I finished the final step in paying for the test today. And I'm quite proud of that. Okay. Now let's go back and check on our cabbage, because what we don't want to do is burn it. So I mentioned that good news for the interim to pass the time. To pass the time. And so you see, now they're starting to cook down, and you just turn it over. The ones that's on the bottom, you bring them to the top. And what you don't want to do is keep it on the high heat. You want this to be simmering. And one good thing about it doesn't take very long to cook fully. Okay. So I got I'm turning my fire down low. Oops. You see that? I turn my fire down to low, and I'm going to let that keep simmering and continue on. Let me get some music going, because I feel nervous when it get quiet. I wanted to bring Nate Love in. Elisa, you say you love how I'm so knowledgeable. Thank you, sweetie. Thank you. Also, you bringing up a point that I want to emphasize and re-emphasize and emphasize and re-emphasize again. I am trying to give this away because YouTube, yeah, see, that's why I want to get Nate Love in here. Let me see, can I get Nate Love in here? Nate Love on YouTube. I hope they can get in here. Because I have a giveaway. My giveaway is stalk my inbox. Stalk my email. Stalk my email giveaway. I want you to stalk my email. Okay? I want you to contact me at FatForLifeTV and out there, because it's starting to buffer on FatForLifeTV. But my giveaway, I want you to contact me at FatForLifeTV at Outlook.com. I want you to stalk my inbox. You can win this tablet. I'm trying to get 200 more people to sign up and subscribe to Nate Love. Okay? And that hasn't been easy. So I'm trying to entice you a little bit. It don't take no time. It don't cost you no money. And plus, you can actually win. Put tablet in the subject line so I know that's what you're trying to do is win this tablet. I would love to have a promo with the music and the bells and whistles that take a lot of time and energy for me in front of the computer, which is something that I'm trying to get away from because of my health. I have health issues that it's painful. The hardest thing I'm doing right now is sitting down at this computer. That's what made me start getting into the gardening. It makes me get up and move around. I want to keep in contact with those who digging me. You into me. You like what I teach. You like what I'm bringing to the social media platform. Hey, okay. Hey, Shakira. Okay, I hope I don't lose Fat for Life TV, but if I do, I'm on Hey, Deborah, how you doing? Okay, so back to the giveaway. I repeat, I'm moving. I already have my website up and running and live and active. The BBWs for my plus size sisters, my plus size sisters that's grown and sexy and confident and want to hang out and socialize with me, and those that admire us and appreciate us. A website that's drama free, that will not include characters that are so selfish as to think that the internet belongs to them and abuse everybody else's peaceful enjoyment of the internet by jumping into lives and bringing up their selfish needs. It will be a drama-free website because I am the HNIC. Y'all know what I'm saying? And that is the website for my plus size. For my plus size ladies and gentlemen who appreciate the plus size. It's a social network dedicated to us, fatforlife.net. It's invitation only. So in order to get the invitation to be on that website free, you must contact me at fatforlifetv@outlook.com. That is the only way you can get the invitation, because that's how I'm running my website. It's by invitation only, because I don't play about mine. I'm a serious person. I don't come to the internet for stress. I don't come here for internet fame or fortune. I come here to do me. I come here to de-stress. I come here to empower and enlighten my fellow man. Okay? So, if you want to win this tablet, all you have to want to win. Anybody can win. Anybody can win this tablet. I'm going to run the contest. I'm hoping to get 200 people at least. Hi, Claude. Hi, Jacob. I don't know if I said hi to you, Matthew. I see you. Hi, Matthew. I am trying to give away this tablet, but there's something in it for me. Is I want you to stalk me. Stalk my email. fatforlifetv@outlook.com. fatforlifetv@outlook.com. I'm also, because we do have these cast of characters who believe the internet belongs to them. They have caused a lot of harm and been orchestrators of chaos. That's putting it mildly. I see a big problem where people are following these charismatic characters on the internet. You don't know the good people, the people with the good hearts, or the people full of evil. Okay? Well, your children's world is going to be even more so like that. Unfortunately, I was seeing people, at my age, 50, confused and getting abused, basically, online by these charismatic characters, using them, bullying them, harassing them, and I just felt bad. I felt bad because I thought it was a teenage thing, that it was, that these were young people we were talking about, but actually came across older people my age. And I feel like the phenomenon has a lot to do with we in the 50s, 50s and up, 40s and 50s and up, are the last ones that came to this social media to move in these, as they say, YouTube streets. I'm going to say, as they say, internet streets. And you really need to be a critical thinker to do that wisely. Okay, I'm glad you also subscribe to Nay Love. That's what I want ultimately. I would love for y'all to be subscribed to both my Nay Love channel and my Fat for Life TV. But Fat for Life used to be my big girl thing. Harassment, I had to abandon using that grant, and I don't like that. I'm fighting back, and I want to fight back with helping people become critical thinkers. So I've been giving this book away, and I hadn't been able to give away the April book. I mean, I did not have not one person express an interest to get this book. This is a book that I was given 30 years, well, not 30, 20 years ago, when my son was 9 years old. When my son was the same age as his son is now. And they implemented a program in his school to counteract the negative thing that was happening in our community. They said we were high risk. Now, me, when I first heard that term, high risk, what do you mean high risk? I was fully invested in my computer career. I was a computer specialist. I equated high risk to low income and, being on public aid and welfare in the projects in the ghetto. No, we represented black women with male children represented the highest mortality rate. Both demographics. That means the diabetes, the high blood pressure, the fibroids, was breast cancer was killing us at an alarming rate, and our sons was not making it to the age of 25. So we were the two highest demographics, highest mortality rate. And so my son's school introduced a program called ICPS. That's what you would be introduced to in this book. So even if you don't have small kids, you can read this book. It's an easy read. It will help you become a better critical thinker, because I feel like that's an important skill to have. It's very important, and it was clear, because even when you think you are critical, I still by slick scamming someone. And I don't care how much she claimed, oh, she wasn't scamming, and how she tried to keep pointing somebody else out who's scamming. I mean, it's just ridiculous. And she in her 40s too. It's ridiculous. No critical thinking is happening, okay? Critical thinking is thinking for yourself. You don't just take somebody's word for anything. Like me, I've been demonstrating to you how to grow. I'm not telling you this is the only way to grow. And it's, in fact, when I started out on this growing journey, I said if you start looking on YouTube, you will find out it's as many ways to grow as there are people. Everybody got some kind of way or style they do it, and everybody ain't the same. And it's a beautiful wonder of the world, that what we call the world. That's the beauty and majesty of it. If you God, it is unique. And so it's new. One of the things I learned that saved my life, I feel, literally, because I had black boys, two of them to raise, and they are the most susceptible to gang banging and drugs and jail and all kinds of other things. And by me introducing this to my family, we all became better at solving our problems. When you're a critical thinker, you're better able to solve your problems. That's what our big challenge in life is being able and learn how to solve your problem. I mean, that is what life is all about, figuring out ways to solve your problem. And like, I really didn't think much of it. You know, I just participated and I said, oh, okay, cool. And the first thing I noticed, you know, when I implemented it with my family, I said, well, they run to me less and less, talking about, Ma, he hit me. Ma, he did this. Ma, he did that. Ma, she did this. Ma, she did that. Implementing this program reduced that significantly. Very significantly. So that was noticeable, and I really didn't pay attention to it. What the light bulb went on when my grown children called me years later, and each one expressing a point at which they were saying, wow, you know, Ma, I see what you're talking about. My friends, when they come to a problem, they get stuck. These are, you know, they late night calls and they just confiding in me. No particular reason, out the blue. Years later, as adults, they expressed this to me. So even they noticed that amongst their peers, that's what made them different as compared to their peers. Not think of a new way or a different way to solve your problem. Well, these games, these brain games in this book helps develop that, because you have to absolutely teach that. And all these 50, okay, two of the charismatic characters that y'all aware of, especially you on YouTube. On Facebook, not so much. You may not know, but this information is still relevant to you, and I still am offering it to you. This all you got to do is put critical thinking in the subject line. Hit me up at the same email address. Stalk my email address, please. And this is what I made a personal commitment. I plan to get this book out or give it away every month. Now, I did get more people to respond this month, and I'm happy to see that. Shout out to you who did respond. I'm going to have a drawing at the end of this month, and you can get this book sent to you. It's called Raising a Thinking Child. And It taught me and my family how to problem solve. The game, the official game in there is called ICPS. That's short for I Can Problem Solve. It's also short for a more long word is intermittent cognitive problem solving. It is brain training that we absolutely need to get by in life more effectively. When you're a critical thinker, you're able to solve problems. When you're a better problem solver, you get through life better. It's just problem-free life. Things are going to come up. Stress is going to come your way. And we need to be able to navigate and maneuver, and especially your kids. My kids is grown. It's your kids. Your ones you still raising up, they going to be making friends online. It's going to be the norm. It's not going to be something unusual. It's going to be the norm. And they're going to have to be able to critically think. So when a BS and a Mona Simone come along, you ain't just caught up by charisma. It's scary when I see the Holocaust absolutely happened. And guess what? Because wasn't nobody critically thinking. They was just taking one charismatic leader's word for everything and fell in line and systematically sat back and watched millions of people get murdered. That's crazy. And to me, one of those type of people like a Hitler, in fact, I was binge watching documentaries and was looking at Black Panthers. Now, Black Panthers was a great organization. It was a great concept on the surface, but they were supporting a person, Huey Newton, who at the end of the day, they all were alluding to the fact that he was a lunatic. Okay, we got to be able to discern when these charismatic people come along and you question everything. That's why my research yourself. I'm giving you an instrument to get started with your kids. I'm giving this away every month free. I don't care whether I got bills that need to be paid. I'm going to give this book away because I'm determined. I hope to get with Mama 6 where we can do something formal like Mama Mondays and actually play some of the games. But it all goes back to the same thing, y'all. And that is, I need you to stalk my email. So if you want to win that book, you need to hit me up, fatforlifetv@outlook.com, fatforlifetv@outlook.com, and put critical thinking in the subject line. My last public service announcement, Springfield Urban League is still providing solar training. As far as I know, they still taking applicants. You need to hit them up at 217-789-0830. 217-789-0830. I am so excited. I'm ready to take the test, baby. Even I thought I was ready for the test 2 years ago. It took me 2 years to get through the government program, the government red tape. Hey, Andrea. Hey, Marilyn. How you doing? Hey, Vasha 85. I miss you. Oh, my goodness. Good to see you back, Vasha. Now, I wouldn't be all split up cyber harassment where some cyber bullies came along, flagging my channel, making it susceptible to attack. You know, I wasn't planning that. I was doing me. I wasn't bothering nobody, but somebody was bothered by me and flagged my channel and crossed it to where I couldn't go live on Fat Life TV, so I started using Naylove, and Naylove grew. I got discovered by S. Hutchinson. I was just doing my thing, and so it grew. I got used to doing it, and I had planned to separate, my two passions. I tried to separate it and just make Naylove, everything but the big girl stuff. To me, hey Queen, I know how I am. Hello, pretty green thumb lady. I'll just say it's slightly green. I make mistakes too. Trust me, I do screw up. I told y'all, and I showed y'all my mishaps, so I ain't come on here talking about I'm a master grower, but I highly encourage you to start growing something. I cannot think of anything more easy. It don't get no easier than that. I didn't put this in no soil. I just put a little water in the bottom to cover up the roots. And look at all that onion. It grew me. Okay? I just say start somewhere. Start somewhere. I think that we have gotten lax. If you listen to your kids, you know, I listen to my grandbabies when we walking up to the grocery store. Grocery store for me ain't nothing but it ain't even 2 full blocks away. We talking a block and a half away. They'll be complaining about why you ain't got no car, Nana. And I say, cause my legs still work. We are bringing up a nation of stuff people. When I looked at Black Panthers, they was doing great things. We can't rise up and start no revolution when people can't even walk, ain't even willing to walk a block. Okay? Yes, you can tag this video, Keisha. We can't, you know, what kind of nation are we creating when people can't think for themselves? They wait for charismatic leaders to do the thinking for them. We soft, we don't know any kind of survival skills. So if we do have a natural disaster or we do go to war, we fucked. Excuse my language, we are screwed, chopped and screwed. Used to be a time everybody had the basic survival skills. Everybody knew how to build a house. Everybody knew how to cook. Everybody knew how to grow food. We don't have those basic skills no more. We looking for somebody else to do it for us. We get mad when we pull up to the drive-in because it take 11 minutes. You expecting it to come in 10 minutes. We ain't in control of our emotions. We ready to kill somebody if they step on our shoe. That's crazy to me. I just cannot even imagine the world that my grandbabies are going to have to navigate in coming up if we continue this way. And I refuse to, you know, I wrote say about me that I did not attempt to get my people together. I'm putting forth my best effort to empower my people. And that's one of the skills that I feel like we need to get back to. It's showing with the rate of cancer that's, you know, rampant. The chronic illnesses that I have to deal with, and they send me, the doctors send me out the door. Yeah, when I went to get these stitches from falling, can y'all believe they barely wanted to give me a Band-Aid? Okay? They barely wanted to give me a Band-Aid. Okay? I had to insist on some Band-Aid coming up out of there. They didn't want to give me that. It is so, I mean, it's scary to me to see how lax we are and don't have basic survival skills. So if we get into a war, we get into a natural disaster, we're going to perish. I don't believe food should be industrialized. I feel like the rampant amount of diseases, when you consider how many doctors we are creating and how many hospitals are being created, we should have the healthiest country in the world. And it's opposite. We have a disease medical profession. It's based on disease. Find the right disease that keep you coming back and keep you popping pills. It wasn't like that. Ancient man figured out a way to survive up until the fact that we exist. And part of that is because they had basic survival skills, okay? And I feel like one of them we need to really get back to is growing your own food. And I didn't come on that journey overnight. It came from being years of going through chronic pain. And sent out the doctor office with no resolution, with no solution. Then they don't want to give you the opioids. They all freaked out. treat you like a criminal when you come in to get treatment. I came across Dr. Sabi, and I believe what he was preaching is true. People call him a scam. You could call him a scam. I don't care. I feel like he was on the right path, and critical thinker that I am, give credit for what I got on the right path, in my opinion. I let go of that more, and I do absolutely believe you are supposed to be eating food that is alive, okay? Alive. I feel like our number one problem is we cook all the nutrients out of our food. We process it and package it and load it up with sugar and salt so it can have a long shelf life. And real food that's living ain't supposed to have no long shelf life. It's supposed to be ate up and getting in your body while it's alive so it can do the most best things for you. Yeah, Queen, you're right. They treat you like a drug addict. These doctors don't care about us. They just care about what, right, what kind of insurance guy. They don't know your name. Don't even know you're a human being standing there looking at them talking until you say, I got insurance. That's crazy to me. That's mind-blowing. So I got into growing my own food because, hey, I'm balling on a budget. I get the link card, EBT, okay? So hopefully that will be changing. Because I'm going to take tests for solar, so I can be a solar professional. That will be changing soon, but right now I'm balling on the budget. Yes, I get food stamps, and I could not get the good foods. When I started putting the good food in my body, only eating fresh food, I was coming up short. Baby, that wasn't working. So I said, okay, well, since I ain't on the back, patch at the beginning of my video, it started out with 6 little plants like this from the grocery store, from Walmart, using the EBT card. And now y'all see my yard is full of mint. I got a whole yard full of it. Food stamps that I multiplied out there, I could start a shop with how much mint I got sitting outside in my yard right now. To me, that is about your health. That is being wiser with your dollars. Nurse Vaughn took out, I had to look out for my people. Oh, hold on, let me go back. Yeah, they treat you like a drug addict, Queen. I know I am. We eating food with so many substances. That's not real. And the interesting phenomenon always surfaces as I live my life. And I challenge the status quo on things. Do you know how many times I have gotten in line with just ordinary foods like onions and garlic? I mean, not nothing fancy like kiwi or kumquats or anything like that. Ordinary food. The cashiers, and this is across the board, ain't just black folk, ain't just white folk, all nationalities, don't know what real food is. We so used to prepackaged stuff in odd shapes and all kinds of colorings and preservatives and additives that we don't recognize real food when we come across it. It's crazy to me. It's crazy to me. Well, me, I'm not going out like that. I'm learning more and more about food and how to grow, and I'm proud of the efforts that I have, made in that direction. And I'm teaching my grandbabies. Nurse Vaughn, you said that's why you became a nurse? Okay, I know that's right. I have to look out for my people. That's what I'm doing now. I'm trying to educate y'all on the solar thing and the growing thing, okay? I'm sick of woke motherfuckers on here, excuse my language, calling themselves woke. You so woke, but you tearing each other down? Really? Is that how you manifest your newfound knowledge and you wake? No. When you woke, you are empowering your fellow man. You trying to uplift them. You trying to uplift them. Okay, you're not trying to tear them down. So me, I couldn't wait to spread the word. As much every time I learned something, I wanted to share the knowledge. Okay, Pragmatic. Hey, lady, do you know how to make cabbage wraps? No, I don't. You can teach me. I need to learn some new tricks with my newfound love for veggies. Queen, my mint, you said, Queen, I know who I am. My mint is growing like crazy now, especially in my backyard. I wanted to choke out the weeds. I wanted to take over. Nothing has seeds anymore. You're right. I don't mess with the stuff that ain't got seeds. The seedless grape, no ma'am. Seedless watermelon, Me and my grandbaby's finna grow some real watermelon with real seeds out in that yard. That's if I still be living here. Very true seeds. All the seeds are GMO. Well, I try my best to get heirloom seeds, but some of it, we don't really have no control over it because these big companies like Monsanto, who these all the time on what to grow. It's tragic. It's tragic. But try to get heirloom seeds. They still floating around here. Some people get heirloom seeds. Yeah, but a lot of them are genetically modified at this point. Nurse Vaughn, you said they tried me in nursing school, but they couldn't handle my level of intellect. I know that's right. That's what happens to me on the internet. Those demons and so-called brains that came through and crossed my path on the internet, they could not handle somebody intellectually, not only on their level, probably way above their level. Okay? And yeah, I do run into that problem. You, Queen, I know who I am. You said I'm drinking mint juleps like water. I would like to know how to make that. You got the tin foil, then add water and spices, then bake it. Oh, okay. You was Nurse Wine was one I blame. I was the only one in my class. Actually, there's a few more of us in there, but it still was only, and they were all guys. I still was the only woman. So yeah, and that's the way it was when I was in the computer field. I was the only female, only black. So yes, seek the heirloom seeds out too, sis. It's worth the effort. Yeah, I got me a whole catalog. Let me see. Get my catalog. I got a whole catalog. That's where I got my red cabbage seeds from them. And so they dedicated to that. They dedicated to it. The National Heirloom Exposition. Nurse Lonnie said it was many in. That's exactly, believe it or not, that's the same thing that happened. That did, and these were nuns. We was going to a private Catholic college, and these nuns systematically dogged the black people out one by one till they dropped. It was just like yours, only 5 left. I wouldn't have dropped out because I really wasn't ready for college. I really didn't want to leave my mama's house because I was only 16. I graduated high school at 16 and went to college at 16. And I wasn't ready for what I saw, but racist nuns. You supposed to be doing God's work and you being racist? Really? It was crazy. Queen, I know who I am. Mint juleps, sugar syrup, crushed ice, fresh mint, and bourbon whiskey. That's it. Plenty good, tasty recipes on YouTube. Okay, I gotta research that out. Yeah, let's go on and check Cabbage. Which was the main goal of this video. Now you see, Donna, it's not burnt. It's not burnt. And I'm going to make me some cornbread. And I'm going to put some bacon bits that I got up in here, all up in here, for a little bit more flavor. Hold on a second. That's my next step. And I'm finna have a good time on my cabbage. Okay. This is my last step. Gonna put that in there. And we are almost to the end of the cook process. Over so the ones on the bottom can get more cooked, thoroughly cooked. I'll chat with y'all a few more minutes on general topics. And y'all remember, don't throw the stump away if you do decide to cook you some cabbage. Do not throw the stump away. This stump will produce you a whole entirely new plant. And sorry, Nayla, I can't clean the laptop over there. Well, maybe, hold on, yes, I can. Hold on, yeah. Yeah, that's how it is at my grocery store. $2.50 for a little handful of mint. Matter of fact, I'm gonna come on here. I kept the container. I got one video where I show how much mint you get for $2.50. Well, the same $2 spent on the actual plant, which you can get this from Walmart. The same money spent on an actual plant and planting in the ground and growing it, you can get 10 times that amount. So over here, I'm cooking cabbage. And this is dedicated to my follower, Donna Woods. And as you can see, this is my cabbage being smothered. And I also added garlic, onion, and bell pepper. Okay? And it did not burn down. And you seen I was sitting there talking the whole time. That's how you cook it. You don't leave high heat. You start it off high, get it to a boil, and then you serve it. So yeah, I don't work on to get silent, but it's enough. It's enough. Let me fix myself a little plate. Queen, I know who I am. You said, do I have an air interested? I have been seeing people cook that way, and that stuff be looking good. Grass, I mean, it grows rapidly. Okay, this has grown since I brought it home from the store. You see all these little runners right here? Those are all new since I brought it from the store. Okay, they grow quick, and This one is ready to come up out of here and get in a bigger container. I want to keep at least one plant indoors and the rest of them continue to grow outdoors. You said use a piece of baked chicken would be great with that. Yeah, it would be. But I ain't got no chicken. I'm at the end of the month. You know how it go with us balling on a budget. Um, Things is kind of skimp around here, so I want to go on and cook up my cabbage. Um, in fact, that's how I introduced myself to the social media. I was showing people, you know, everybody ain't rich, and we ain't. My mother did that. That was a meal, period. Yeah, I think I want some rice with this. I think I want some rice with it. It's smelling so good. I'm finna put a little bit on the plate, honey, because it smells divine. Actually, I want one of my red plates. Yes, I am so ready for this, child. I'm hungry. Y'all remember the commercial? Hungry? Here we go, here we go, here we go. Does that look good? Y'all see that? Here we go, here we go. I'm about to have me some smothered cabbage. Mmm. Mmm. Ooh, y'all. Yes, God. Seasoned just right to perfection. Mmm. Yes. Oh, I don't do hot sauce, but all my kids do, so when I make it, they load it up with hot sauce. Mmm. Together, because it's gonna come up. Y'all, Fat for Life TV people, Fat for Life TV and Nay Love on Facebook. Please go subscribe to Nay Love on YouTube so she can have her live privileges back. So y'all can go on the journeys, on my gardening journeys, tours, and I won't be stuck with just having to do it on the laptop. See? My Lay Love people is stuck with me doing it on the laptop. I want to change that. I want them to be able to join in and be able to use my mobile device. Anyway, I'm finna grub down. I don't want y'all to see me slopping it up. I'm finna put some cornbread on that plate, baby. Get going with my fingers. Anyway, see y'all. So I'll see you again in the next video.